Hey guys, I wanted to make another video. I'm hopefully going to record it this time. I just keep on stopping right when I start when I've been trying to make this video. Trying to make more videos lately. But if you want to see more PSVR stuff, just hit me up because that's the topic for this video. I just got my Beats repaired by me, and this is my favorite pair of headphones to use for them because you can use any pair of headphones for your PSVR. It's nicer to have a nice pair of them. These are the Beats Solo 3s. Apple wanted $300 to fix them, and I fixed them for $25. So, yay me. That's why it's a little bit glossy on top and not on bottom. They didn't have the exact colors in the website I ordered them from. But the point is, I want to talk about this thing. PSVR. I didn't get this right when it came out, but I got it close enough to when it came out. I think it was like maybe a year or so after it came out, maybe a couple years, but I remember waiting for this thing because I seen all these people playing, Oculus Rift and everything, but I can't afford no big gaming setup, okay? I can't afford that. But I can't afford a PS4, which I already had, and the VR looked really cool. There wasn't a whole lot of games coming out for, but it's one of those things I always wanted to experience PSVR. I remember looking at all these people talk about it. But if you see things written down on paper, it made me really not sure if I wanted this because they were saying how much worse it is than all the other ones. But having it in hand, it's actually not bad, especially if you've never experienced any other VR stuff. Well, VR stuff. But it could be different. But generally, I don't think it's that bad. I have this and I have an original model PS4. Not the one with the glossy stuff, but the all matte one. But I want to talk about the games I played on it, the things you need to play it, and what I think of the console altogether. First of all, the headset, I think is built fairly nice. This is the first model of it. Future models of it, I don't have, and I'm really not interested, have headphones built onto them. And just generally, my headphones break every once in a while. Just saying I had to fix these. So I don't really think it's wise to have them built in on a thing this expensive, just because right now, if my headphones broke, I still have this. I just had to get another pair of headphones or fix these. But if the headphones and those go out or something, you have to replace the whole thing. And I haven't checked prices, so don't judge me. But this thing is around $400 if you want to get the bundle. I think this was around $300 or $400. But just because I bought everything separately, the things you need is the camera, which I'm not going to show you because I don't feel like unhooking it because I was unprepared. But you need the camera, which I got around a year before because I heard this was coming out, and I just kind of wanted to mess with it anyway. So I decided it'd be cool to grab it ahead of time. I think I got it used for around $30 at a GameStop. And then I bought these at my local game exchange right before I got it because it was cheaper than getting the bundle. And I didn't need the camera, so why get the bundle? These are the Move controller, which is actually for the PS3. So if you do want to get the VR, and if you ask for the VR thing, some people don't know. I realized that because I asked for the VR thing. I knew it was PS3, but I just wanted to make sure they knew because they're gaming people. I've been in my gaming scene, but they didn't know. So these do work. I was really worried that I was going to get these, take them home, get so excited for it, and them not work. So that's why, I want to tell you. And next, you also will need a DualShock. You come with your PS4, so I'm not sure why you want to have it. But, yeah, not all games use the Move controllers. Only some of them. And other way around. Which I wish more games will use the Move controller. I really wish that. I'll get onto it. First, I'm going to go through my physical games, and like I said, a lot of them are download, so I've written them down. And my first game that I got for was Arkham VR, which this isn't the best game, in quality-wise, just because, it's really really pretty and everything, but it doesn't last that long, and there's not a lot of things you can mess around with. Well, it does have a few. I really like that you can unlock characters, the more you play, to see them in the little hologram thing that they have for it. I like that they have a little spot where you can mess around with artifacts like swords and different things from different characters in the series, like Joker's weapons, and I think Harley's bat is in there or something like that. I just wish there was more of those through the series of Batman. I know that there's a lot more artifacts that they can use. I think it'd be cool if you can just use like look through some Batman's gear. 'Cause I know he has more than I know that he has more. And you do have to play it twice to unlock all the things, which is one thing that I will gripe for. I know that's trying to, the first time is so you can enjoy everything. The second time where you can find everything. But I really wish that it would have saved. I really think it would have saved a lot of time. Which a lot of people don't want that to, just have the what's it called, the Riddler stuff in there already. Just because it would be less, if you have different things to do, that's fine, but if you just replaying the same game with the same, just with a few added things in there, it just feels like I'm playing the same game twice, and it feels like I'm forcing myself to do it. Next, I want to talk about Drive Club, which is actually I will say, even though this is a short game, it's only $20, so if you do get this, it's a budget title. It's a really big budget title because most budget titles are $40. This was $20 on launch. So it's worth $20, I do think. Because it has really good motion controls and everything in it. It has really nice textures. It really shows what the PSVR can do. Next is Drive Club VR. I'm not sure what to say about it. I haven't played it that much. I would say it's very pretty and everything. But to me, it just feels like a racing game to me. I don't feel that immersed in it just because, I think it's mostly because you have to you use this, the PS4 controller for it, so it takes you out of the immersion. I bet if you had a steering wheel for it already, but you'll feel a lot better. But I'm not a racing fan, and I don't want to race out and buy a $100 controller for a $20 game. So it's fine if you already have the steering wheel, I think, but just for me, no. But if you do like racing games, I guess it's fine. Just not for me personally. The next game, which I'm actually going to save to the last because it's my favorite. First, I'm going to say Resident Evil. There's 3 types of games for VR. There's, if you want to talk about Drive Club VR, it's made for the PS4, for the PSVR. And it knows its limitations and everything. And there's games like this that are regular games, just decide at the last moment, why not throw in a virtual reality version of the same game? So you can play this with or without virtual reality in it. But I'll just think I'm missing out without it. But I can't play this game, so I can't review it. It scares the crap out of me. It really does. I can't play it at all. So I don't know how to rate this one. I think it's a fine Resident Evil, though. I would like to beat it in virtual reality mode, since that's why I bought it. So I'm not playing it without it. So that really sucks. Next is my favorite virtual reality game, at least I have on disc, because I have another competitor. This is Skyrim VR. I actually got this on day 1 when it released in my local GameStop, and I love it. I know a lot of people are complaining it's just another port of Skyrim, but this is in VR. You know how cool it is running around these parts of the map that I've seen 1,000 times, but being there, I know a lot of people think this isn't very realistic, but to me, it's realistic. I think it's so cool. Only thing is, throughout the game, after I've seen a lot of things a lot of time, it doesn't scare me anymore. Some things still do. Like the first time I seen a dragon, you know how freaking cool that was. I'm trying not to curse, just because, why not? But I know a lot of little kids watch me, so why not? But this, if you do get one virtual reality game that will last a long time, because if you ever played Skyrim, every time you replay this is a different thing that you experience. And if you put that in a virtual reality game, which is a lot of these games don't hold much quality, much time into it. There's not a lot of things you can do in there. This, I highly recommend it. You can spend a lot of time on it. I'm going to skip past it. There's a lot more I can say about it, but I want to get onto these games before my time runs out. I have 15 minutes. Okay. My first game, I tried to get all the prices on here, but the estimates, because I don't remember them. Rec Room VR, Rec Room is free, and it's the best VR game I can think of, the best multiplayer I can think of. And right now, it has a battle royale. If you're interested, hey, I think it's okay. I haven't played a whole bunch of the battle royale yet, but it has a lot to do in it for what it is. And they're adding updates, and every bit of it is free. Even the VIP and the battle royale thing, you buy with points you earn in the game. In Surgeon Simulator, I think it's $20, I think. Either that or it was 10. I don't like it. I don't like the controls. The controls, when I first played it, was really crap. So, if they fixed it by now, I don't know. Lethal was around $10, I know that. And it's really fun. You can test out a lot of different guns. It's kind of boring just because you're just shooting, but if you like those kind of games, hey, I kind of like it. I think it's worth $10. The Martian VR is something I have a problem with, so I think I might wait till the end just to save on time. Spider-Man Homecoming technically is not a game, but it's free, and it's really sort of time, but I think it's something you should check out if you have it. It's free. It doesn't take up any time, but it's mostly to hype you up for the movie. Job Simulator is around $40. When it first came out, I don't think it was worth that. It's very fun, but I think it's maybe it might be worth it. I had a lot of fun in it, and there's a lot of different a lot of things you can mess around with. But they added more modes worth down the line, and I think it's worth better now. Worth that now. Tumble VR is $10. It's a little puzzle game where you stack blocks, and I think it's really fun for $10. It was one of my first VR games. Battlefront. Technically, I own the Xbox version, but that's just what I'm going to show you. Technically, it's not a VR game, but technically down the road they added a cool VR mode. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but they added a really cool VR mode that I think is worth playing if you already own it. And this copy is the Xbox One version, but it's the same price. Just that's how I know that's how much it's going for now. I paid like $8 for this, so it's worth $8. VR Worlds was just $40. It has a lot of mini games. I don't think it's worth it personally. It's one of those things that you show people, show what the VR can do, just a little gimmicky thing, kind of like Wii Sports. If you can find it for $20, I think it's worth it. It's not a bad game, just not for $40 in my opinion. And Verzoom is one game that I want to talk about. This is a game that I just think is ridiculous. The game is free, but I found out they had a cool controller for it. They had a bike on it. It's an exercise game. First of all, the graphics aren't the best, but it's kind of hard to play it without the controller that they have for it, and I decided to look it up. I wonder how much the controller is. It's $800 for the controller. I looked it up on Amazon, so it could be a resale thing, but it is $800. That's incredible. It's a crappy game to begin with, and it's not worth that, because I consider that. Okay, next game is Martian VR is the game I wanted to hold off on because I have more to say about it. This is crap. Completely crap. It's $20, and I didn't know at the time, it's based off the movie. I wasn't thinking about the movie. I was thinking, oh, I can go on Mars. That's kind of neat. It's a whole bunch of little mindless tasks that aren't fun at all. The main one I spend the most time in is it flashes you here, flashes you here. It doesn't have good transitions between the games, and just to show you how fun it is, the main game I remember, the most memorable part of the whole game is you're sorting potatoes. You're throwing them in buckets, and I didn't even throw them. I dropped most of them off the table, and it still let me win. So it's not really a game. It's more like an animated, a quick movie thing, and $20 is not worth it. And now, since I have a little bit of time left, I was worried about running out of it. I'm going to talk about Rec Room VR first, just because I think that's a really cool game. They're adding to it still. It's the best online VR game ever. You can see people and react to each other. And it has a creator pen, which means you can draw and stuff. It's not the best, but you can do it. And now since I talked about that, I really think you should try Rec Room. I think it needs more players. And I don't like Battle Royale games as much. I don't hate them. I just hate how all these places are knocking them off. And if as long as it's bringing in players, because there's barely any players on there, I think it's worth it. You should really check out Rec Room. I was going to talk about games that I think that I'm excited for, but I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to continue talking about these other games. Rec Room is amazing. I think it has a lot of cool modes into it. It has more quests in there with the swords and guns and stuff like that. You can battle enemies and go through that. But it also has sports like soccer, dodgeball, and all them. And I'm running out of time, so I'm stalling. I want to get to 15 minutes. So thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to see more Rec Room videos, that's what I got more views for, like this video, and I will get back to it.